find out. What do they have for you? Where's my glasses? Okay. This is card number 32. It says, to the degree I am happy, I am successful. So let me read this to you. Whether it's a trophy, money, relationships, or things, the achievement of anything that you desire must be considered success. But if you will let your standard of success be your achievement of joy, everything else will then fall easily into place. For in the finding of joy, you are finding vibrational alignment with the resources of the universe. That is excellent advice from the universe. Okay, Leos, I always put the cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. The overall energy of your reading is the Eight of Cups. Right next to the Ten of Cups. Interesting. And next to the Two of Cups. Well, we have something to talk about here. So, we have a few cards left to go towards the second part of your reading. I have the Eight of Cups that's surrounding your entire reading. This is turning your back on love. This is walking away from love. The moon here is shining a guiding light in the dark for you to follow. And it's like a moth toward a flame. It's saying, go this way, go this way. You are either just thinking about walking away, or you actually are, or the universe actually wants you to. I just need to keep on reading. So up in your highest energy is the Hanged Man. Yeah, you've taken some time to yourself. You've been spending time alone and just kind of hanging out, and being enlightened. Look at the light around the torso of the Hanged Man. So you're being enlightened. It's very spiritual. These are the two strongest energy cards in your entire reading. I really feel like this is really high in your mind about what should you do. Should you walk away? Are you going to decide to walk away? I do have the Ace of Pentacles next to the Hanged Man above the Eight of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles, this is security, stability, groundedness. This can be an offer of commitment, but I don't feel like that's there. I think you want security, stability, and to be grounded. If things don't change, then I think you will walk. I think that's what you're being enlightened about, that something needs to change. I have the Eight of Wands next to the Ace of Pentacles. So this is emails, texts, phone calls, a lot of back and forth communication. And it's very, very enlightening, this communication. This is going to help you decide on whether or not you want to walk away. Right now you're kind of feeling like that might be what you want to do. Okay? But all this conversation may change things. So let me keep reading because of what I see here. I have the Two of Cups under the Hanged Man and next to the Eight of Cups. Look at the moon back there. It's huge. Well, this is a soulmate energy that we're talking about. But it's friends first, then love. So maybe you were friends and became lovers. Or it could be a friends of benefits. Or you just became very good friends and lovers. So I just need to keep reading. But this is definitely a soulmate card. You do know the connection. You do feel it. Do you want to walk away from that? That is the question. I have the Ten of Cups on the other side of the Eight of Cups and under the Eight of Wands. You need to know what they want. Okay? You want to be grounded. You want an equal exchange of love. Look at this is a beautiful card. Sunshine, rainbows. It's very family-oriented. Union between two people. There's a lot of love here. So you need to know whether, there is a possibility for a union, stability, security. If they love you as much as you love them, how are they looking at this relationship? I have the Page of Cups under the Two of Cups. This is kind of how you're feeling. You're wondering if they only have a half a cup of love for you and you have 10 cups for them, okay? So if that's the case, I think you're going to walk. But you need to know for sure. So you got to strike up this conversation. You have to communicate here. This is also a card for Pisces because there's a fish in the cup. I feel like they're kind of acting a little immature in this relationship. They're just kind of taking things for granted. Next to the Page of Cups is the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is under the Eight of Cups. So there you are. You're holding a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And you are contemplating on moving forward. Is this going to be with them or without them? That's the question. And I still haven't been able to answer that yet. I have a whole half of the reading to go. I have the Four of Pentacles next to the Two of Wands and under the Ten of Cups. Yeah, you're feeling like you should just hang on to your pentacles, hang on to what you've got, and just kind of, and see what happens. See what they had to say. See how you feel about the pentacles. Because you don't know if you want to hand out your pentacles. You have a huge pentacle. If they don't, you don't. You know, it's one of those type things. You don't want to give them 10 cups of love if they only have like this cup with a fish in it to give you, right? So I think that's why you're thinking about walking away. You're getting this feeling that this is not the right relationship for you. Oh, wow. Okay. I feel like you've got to be feeling confused about this relationship. I have the Seven of Pentacles next to the Eight of Wands. You do want to talk about this. I think you've been in this, if this is your reading, I think that you've been in this relationship for a while. And it's just not coming to fruition. You've been waiting for that pentacle and waiting and waiting. So you need to talk about it. Because one way or another, you have, this fire is burning under your feet and you need to move forward somehow. I have the Strength card next to the Seven of Pentacles. This is the card for Leo, which is a fire sign, by the way. So, and is your card. So Leos, you will find the strength and the courage to do what you know you need to do. And that is to have this conversation. This is what you're being enlightened about. You need to know where you stand in this relationship. I have the King of Wands next to the Strength card. Fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, one of those could be strong in someone else's chart too. But the King of Wands, you're ready to move forward. Just like I said, you're holding that staff. All the kings and queens are very mature in their thinking, and all the cards are male or female. You're holding that wand or that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. You're ready. You're ready to move forward. And you just need to know. You'll find the strength and courage to do what you need to do in order to know if you need to walk away, because you're leaning that direction. But I don't think you're going to go that way, because I can see some other cards. I have the Three of Wands. This is next to the Ten of Cups and under the Seven of Pentacles. This is waiting for your ship to come in. Are they your ship? You need to know that. Or is your ship still out there? You're holding that staff, fresh starts and new beginnings. Again, waiting for the ship. Wondering if they are your ship because you've waited so long for them to step up to the plate. Male or female. I got the Queen of Wands. See, they are a strong soulmate. The two of you have a very passionate relationship. There's a lot of passion there. And that can be confused for love, but there is a lot of passion. Now, the Queen of Wands is the most passionate card in the deck. So, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Passion can get you into trouble. You may have leaped into this relationship kind of fast. But there is, like I say, there is a connection between the two of you that is physical as well as mental. So you could be friends. You could be friends with benefits, but it's changing. Things are changing. I can see it here. I have the Knight of Wands next to the Queen of Wands and under the King of Wands. So this is like in and out of your life energy. So I feel like this relationship, we already know it has not become grounded and stable. It's flighty. It's unpredictable. And you're wanting something much more predictable now, much more grounded. The Queen of Swords is under the Three of Wands and next to the Four of Pentacles. This is air. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius might be strong in someone's chart here. But this is seeking that truth, demanding the truth through conversation and just speaking your truth, letting them know what you desire, what your wishes are in a relationship or in this relationship and moving forward. And you need to know what they're thinking, how they feel, and you're going to do it. That's part of your strength and your courage. So pull that sword out and get your truth and clarity from this person, from this Page of Cups, I'm going to call them. I have the Eight of Pentacles. Now you're willing to focus and build on this relationship. Are they? You need to know that. Can they? You need to know that, and you're going to find out. Is it just about the passion? You need to know. But the last card here that came out, next to the Eight of Pentacles and under the Knight of Wands, is the Sun. Another card for Leo. This is like a beautiful, fresh start, new beginning with lots of love and joy. I feel like things are going to change. I feel like this conversation is needed. It gives them something to think about. And I do think that they're going to decide to become more grounded and maybe give it a try. I think they're going to give it a try to move forward with you and try to be more grounded in this relationship. Because you really are good friends. You're very strong soulmates. And there's a lot of passion between the two of you. Let's pull out a message from your guardian angels and spirit guides. I don't think you're going to walk away. I think through all this conversation, I think they're going to want to, do better. So let's see what your guardian angels and spirit guides message is. For Leos, please. One more shuffle. For Leos. Let's find out. Where is your card? Right there. It's card number 14. And it says, a win-win solution. Great. Let me read this to you. There's strength in diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can often come up with a solution that's magnificent. So I feel like this conversation, you're going to come to some sort of compromise. Start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind to compromise. Oh, it says compromise, and working together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. That is your advice from your guardian angels and spirit guides. Card 14, win-win solution. So I do think you're going to work this out.